Coming onto our mats, we can start with a full breath in, appreciating the day. And then with swallow cactus arms, soften the legs a little, breathe in and breathe out, deepening the breath, opening the heart. Inhale, exhale. One hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. Pause here and just make a transition. Feel the movement of the body with the breath and prepare for our practice today. To set an intention, you may like to take Ananta mudra, close together or wide apart with the hands. See what arrives for you today. And then take a full breath in. We'll start stepping the right foot back. This is a warm-up. You can plant that foot or lift the heel. Lift the arms and circle 3 times. Big circles, warming up the shoulders. Come off of the foot, balance for a second or 2. Come down, pause, and then swoop the arms up, fold forward, and we'll step the left foot back. The heel can be lifted or the foot can be planted to the mat for greater stability. Lift the arms, circle 3 times, big circles, nice and easy. And then coming up and off of that foot, balance just for a second or 2, step the foot back, and we'll take our first downward dog. I always like to start by walking the dog. You can also bend the legs and lift the heels, or go right to straight legs. Move the head, relax the neck, and then shift to plank, shoulders over the wrists, back to downward dog, back to plank pose, and then onto the knees and up to flying cow. Move the arms, relax the wrists, clear away thoughts that aren't serving you. We'll come to table pose. We're going to take donkey kicks today. Lifting the right leg, it's bent, the foot is flexed, and press that foot up like you want to touch the sky. Then straighten it out. Take the right leg over to the left, look over your left shoulder, and then press down into the left hand and the left knee, reaching the right arm up. You can take any stretch that feels good. A bind if you'd like, or reaching towards the sky or overhead. My favorite, the dip and dive. And then coming back to all fours. We'll press up and back to downward dog. Walk it out if you like. Shift to plank. Back to down dog. You can always take child's pose if you'd like. For a little more movement in the practice, come to plank. Lower to your belly. Take cobra. And come back up. We call this a vinyasa, a flow. We'll come back to the knees and settle back to child's pose, elongating the spine, taking a rest. Coming back up, a quick moment to open and close the arms, inhale and exhale, filling the lungs, invigorating our whole body, and back to table. Donkey kicks to the second side, your left leg kicking quite vigorously, and then straightening the leg, taking it over to the other side of your mat, the right side. Look over your right shoulder, plant your right hand and your right knee, lift your left arm up, stretch any way you'd like, overhead, the dip and dive, into a bind, and then come back around. We're going to take that left foot forward into either a low lunge, or if you're comfortable, carefully coming up to a high lunge position. It takes a lot of concentration. We're going to do a prayer twist today. I find it easiest to come onto that back knee first. Rotate the spine, take your right elbow to the left knee, and then lift the back leg if you want to. Unwind. Plank pose, vinyasa if you like, cobra, back up to downward dog, walk the dog if you want to, shift to plank, and then here's a challenge, one hand to the opposite shoulder, 3-pointed plank, building some strength. We'll take a child's pose just for a few breaths next, elongating the spine, letting our bodies adjust to all that we've done. The lunge to the second side now, the right foot forward, low lunge, or carefully coming up to the high lunge position just for a little bit, staying very focused. Prayer twist, the palms come together, the left elbow to the right knee. The spine is long, we're finding that twist, and some of you may lift the back leg if you'd like. We're going to stretch out the right leg. I forgot to do this on the first side. Shift the hips back. We need to get that second side in. Ooh, any way you want to get to the second side. Your left foot forward, sit the hips back, stretch out the leg just for a little bit. And we're going to prepare to come up to standing. Big breath in. Take the hands to the heart. And then I thought we might try Gupta mudra, interlacing the fingers, bringing the right thumb over the left, and just holding the hands softly at the belly, just above the belly really. It's a very comforting mudra. Now take a full breath in, and we'll step back to a wide-legged position. 5-pointed star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. We're going to bend the legs, engage the pelvic floor, and like you're clearing off your tabletops, palms down, legs bent, just circling one direction. Circle the other way, clear everything away that you don't need, all that junk mail. Reaching up at a diagonal next. This is a full body stretch, just side to side. It feels great. Bending the legs, engage the tummy. Try lifting one heel and then the other. Maybe lift the arms, balancing, strengthening, and then heels down. Step or hop the feet together. Catch your breath. We'll go back to wide legs. We're going to take a side stretch. So bending one leg. Now typically we bring the forearm to the thigh or the hand down to the floor. I thought today we might try extending both arms to frame the head. It's a little more vigorous version of a side stretch pose. Up and into warrior 2, and then reverse warrior. We're going through this at a good pace. You can always pause the video and spend more time in each pose if you want to. Side stretch to the other direction. Both arms framing the head if you'd like, extending long through both sides of the rib cage. Up to warrior 2, check your arms, relax your shoulders, soften your face. And then back to reverse triangle. We'll face forward next, engage the pelvic floor, bending the legs, stir the pot. Stir something yummy up for yourself today. Stir both directions. And then a forward fold. You can hinge at the hips, bend the legs, and just go long with the spine if you prefer, or let your head go down towards the earth. You could interlace your hands behind your back, relax your neck. Other variations, some people like to shift to one side and then to the other. This really stretches out the inner thigh. The chest is slightly lifted here. You can also bring the palms to the mat, point the fingers back, go into a really nice deep forward fold here if you want to. Any variations. Come up slowly. Take your time. 5-pointed star. Ooh, step or hop. Back to standing, pause, and catch your breath. Balancing pose on this beautiful day. I just thought of dancer, Natarajasana. It's a tricky pose. You might want to have a wall handy. We hold on to the foot with one hand. We reach the other arm up towards the sky. I'm doing a pretty gentle version. You could get a deeper back bend in if you'd like. There is the option of double dancer if you feel like it, holding the foot with both hands. Of course, take the balance to the second side. Dancer pose, a balance, a back bend, strengthening all at once. Double dancer if you'd like. And then come back happily, 2 feet to the earth. Any stretch, any counter pose that you'd like, twisting, maybe ragdoll, just letting the arms and the head hang and relax and stretch softly. Take whatever feels good to complete your standing practice today. This is Hakini mudra. I'm finishing with it at the heart center. It's good for the brain, it's good for memory, and it helps us to integrate what we've done in our practice. Come back to your intention if you'd like. We'll come to seated next. Take your time coming down. Pause the video if you want to do some extra poses. I'm going to do the rock and roll, otherwise known as roly-poly. Engaging the tummy, making sure nothing was on my mat behind me. There are a few pebbles underneath my mat today. After rock and roll or roly-poly, boat pose. You can bend the legs or straighten them. You could add a little twisted boat if you like. And then upward table. We'll do a little stomping here with the right foot, somewhere around 5 rounds, up and down. And then ankle to the thigh. This is the figure 4 stretch. Watch out as you come down. Yeah, you'll feel a lot of stretch in that right hip. Take it for a couple of breaths, and then boat pose again. Twisted boat if you like. Upward table. Stomp your left foot up and down 3 to 5 times. It's good for the back side. Into a figure 4, the ankle to the thigh. Press the hips up and come down to the mat. Be prepared for what you're going to feel, perhaps in your left hip, likely there, right there. And then from this position, we're going to come onto our backs. You'll be in the figure 4 pose, and we're going to take a twist. Take your knees and that top foot over to the right. Shift your gaze to the left. Stretch, enjoy, see how it feels. Shake it out before the second side. And then right ankle to left thigh. Take the knees and that top foot to the left. Shift your gaze to the right. And as you come back, again, just shake out the legs. This is a great chance to take shoulder stand or headstand if you'd like. With the legs lifted, you can bicycle the legs, open and close, or just hang out in an inverted position just for a little bit. Pause the video if you'd like to take some other variations. With the feet back to the floor, windshield wipe the knees side to side, and just begin to let your body relax. If there are more poses that you'd like to do, pause the video. Connect with the breath and get yourself very comfortable. I'm going to come back up to seated, but I'll invite you to stay on your back, get a pillow or a blanket, and just begin to transition into relaxation. Take a few nice deep breaths. Feel the body heavy on the earth. Release and let go. Soften the belly, soften the jaw. Let the arms and legs be heavy. There's nothing that we need to do at this time. Nothing to fix or figure out, nothing to accomplish or achieve. Simply a chance to digest the work of the practice, to absorb all that we've done. A chance to simply drop back, to release, relax, and to let go completely. Pause the video if you'd like to relax for an extended period of time. Take all the time you need to come back from relaxation. Wiggle the fingers and the toes, take any stretch that feels good. And then as you get yourself back to a seated position, take a few moments, a full breath in perhaps, hands at the heart center, a moment to reflect upon the practice, to come back to your intention, to open to gratitude. You may like to bow the head to the heart, acknowledging the light, the energy, the peace within. And I certainly honor and appreciate the light within everyone out there practicing with me today. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. Namaste.